November has officially started, meaning obviously there has to be a new Call of Duty release. If you want to see all of our videos between this year's and next year's Call of Duty benchmarking video, stay subscribed.
The Cooler Master Neptune 240M features an exclusive pump design and their new Silencio fans to provide impressive near-silent performance. Click now to learn more.
Call of Duty Advanced Warfare has been, very surprisingly, receiving really good reviews from even people like Total Biscuit. My theory that this is likely due to the third developer, Sledgehammer. Their addition to the mix seems to have not only added creativity, but also a 3-year development cycle, which is apparent quite early due to the fairly extensive settings menu and surprisingly enjoyable gameplay. Before we jump into performance, I must address the rather unfortunate fact that multiplayer FPS has been capped at an odd 91 FPS. While I'm happy this isn't a 30 FPS cap, which we've seen in some games in the past, I wish it was either non-existent, as it should be, or 120 or 144 FPS, because it is a first-person shooter, and I know that there are gamers like us out there that would like to use our gaming-grade monitors, which are really fast, and developers aren't necessarily accommodating to us wanting to play their game the best possible way. For our 1080p benchmarking, I ran everything on Extra, or when that wasn't necessarily available, High, alongside SMAA T2X, and was quite happy with the results. Surprisingly enough, the game actually looks quite good, and as, yet again, Total Biscuit has pointed out, the textures are impressively detailed for a Call of Duty game. Keeping that in mind, I was very happy to see that even cards like our Radeon 260X set an average frame rate of over 60 FPS. When running at 4K, we actually kept all the quality settings the same in order to push the system that much harder. Even with the much heavier workload, over half these cards we tested at 4K were able to push an average of over 60 FPS, which was great to see. I don't believe this game currently has SLI support, but once it does, if you want to flex your performance muscles even more, you can have fun with the built-in super sampling settings as well. Another thing to remember is that we don't run our gaming benchmarks with overclocked graphics cards, so these cards are all running their factory overclocking speeds. Also, for those who may be wondering, we're still using our default graphics test bench, which should be able to remove any CPU-based bottlenecks, so we can see the actual performance differences between the graphics cards themselves. Now that that's all out of the way, we're going to run you guys through our benchmarking run for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
After a really long cinematic and a press F key for reconnaissance part of the mission, you spawn in on traffic. One thing you're going to want to do on this one is always stay behind the kind of like squad leader guy, Gideon. There, his name showed up on screen, forgot who he was. So in this section it looks like they're running with their animation, but you actually just want to walk. You sprint the very first section and then you walk once you get behind them. Only breach through this door once a Janny passes you. Of course you have to completely smash down the simple door. Oh well. Anyways, these guys will come up and aim down at the street for a second. Aiming at friendlies, always a good idea. And then you follow Joker up onto this side ramp. Once you're up there, again it looks like they're running, but you actually just want to hold W, don't sprint here, as you'll go way too fast. Once you're at the end of this platform, you're going to want to jump down, but kind of delay a little bit, like I do, or else you go a little bit too quickly. And then follow Gideon up and close to the wall. You're at the middle section where it says climb on the wall, so kind of follow him there and then walk up against the wall. I delay there again because Gideon takes a second to get into place. And I want my timing at the end of this to be perfect. Magnetic hands. Climb the wall and, like he says, dodge the window. I usually try to make sure my hand goes right along the side of the framing of that window. That way I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be climbing. This part is canned, but then when you turn around the corner, all you need to do is slowly walk up to the plant, and then plant the mute charge, and then the whole rest of the thing should basically run itself through. You want the benchmark to end exactly after this extremely dangerous explosive goes off. I love how he's like centimeters out of the way, but anyways. So right when that kind of falls through, you want the benchmark to end right there, not as you're jumping in. You want it to end before you start jumping in.
But if games aren't your thing and you prefer books, or if you're like me and you enjoy both gaming and books, you should check out audible.com. They're an audiobook provider with a library of over 150,000 titles, and they can make sure that you can keep up with your reading, or rather listening on the go, whether you're working out, commuting on public transit, or adventuring, like the characters in J.R.R. Tolkien's The Children of Húrin. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. The book started out as a series of manuscripts left behind by J.R.R. Tolkien himself and was completed by his son, Christopher Tolkien, and was then published in 2007. I, being a Tolkien fan, enjoyed it quite a lot, and it's also narrated by Christopher freaking Lee. So head over to audible.com/Linus and give their monthly audiobook membership a try. Your first audiobook is free, and after that you get one audiobook every month for free just for being a member, with discounts on any additional audiobooks you want to pick up. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for all of our other videos. There'll probably be a bunch more benchmarking videos on like the new Assassin's Creed and Far Cry and other things that may or may not come out in November. If you want a shirt that isn't this one, but hopefully Linus will be, nope, he's
Down
not
with the
wearing
fish
one.
AI!
Down with the fish AI. I think that's a reference to Ghost, which was a horrible game. But anyways, if you don't like commenting on YouTube, don't forget to thumbs up, thumbs down based on general overall arching feelings of anything, really. Pick it yourself. Favorite, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Jump over to the forum. If you don't like the ads on the forum, become a contributor. If you want a shirt, buy one. If you want to help us out in other ways, click on the support us link and change your Amazon affiliate codes for when you buy things on Amazon. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.